Hey, welcome back. Y'all, I was getting ready to cook and somebody called me. I'll be right back. And I ain't staying long because if they don't have no food, Big Bank can't stay. Oh, what am I gonna make? Oh my goodness. I forgot about these. When I went to the store last time, I found these at Walmart. Oh, and I had one last night. So good. So for dinner today, we're gonna make a Shaq burger, and I'm gonna walk you guys through the steps. They're so good, and they are pretty thick, so they do take a little bit longer to cook. So keep that in mind. Give yourself probably about like 25 minutes for it to cook, just because they are so thick. But it's worth it. You get about 4 burgers in the box, and let me just show you guys how the burgers look real quick. I think this was about like $12, so it's definitely a good bargain as well. And then it comes in this bag, and then you can see the burgers. They're pretty thick. Let's get started, guys. Here are my burger toppings. Every burger that you cook needs seasoning. That's where the black pepper, the salt, and the Mrs. Dash. I love Mrs. Dash. It is like my go-to seasoning. I always use it with salt and with pepper. And then Worcestershire sauce. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I don't think anyone in the world can say that word right. Aww. Is a good one to have in the fridge. I like to add that to my meats just because it gives it a nice flavor. Have Swiss cheese. I'm a big fan of cheddar cheese, but Swiss cheese is good. I love Colby Jack cheese. I am just a cheese lover. Anything cheese. And then I have my mushrooms. They are open because I have used some, of course. You guys know I like mushrooms, spinach. I like to have vegetables. You always got to have vegetables in your kitchen, whether they're fresh, frozen, or canned. Then over here, this is my stove. I have a small pan for my mushrooms, and then I have a small pan for my burger. It's one thing to cook at home, but when you're trying to cook and record, it is pretty tricky. All right. So we got all our ingredients. We got our whole setup. Let's go. First thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of oil in each pan. And then, of course, turn the stove on. One pan is for my mushrooms and one is for my burgers. Whatever one you put on first, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, some mushrooms in. This is going to be for the mushrooms. And if you put a little extra in there, it's okay, because if you have mushrooms in the fridge, they always come in handy. You can always find something to do with sauteed mushrooms. Here it is. It's thawing out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the back burner. And this is like completely frozen. So when you first put it on, you want to put it on low heat and kind of like let it thaw out a little bit. So that. So I got my mushrooms and I got my hamburger on the stove, and as you can hear, it's starting to heat up, starting to pick up steam and get hot and start cooking. Got our mushrooms on here. I'm gonna grab a spoon and give those a quick stir. You can add salt and pepper if you want to. The seasoning from the burger and the cheese will be enough. But if you want to add some seasoning to your mushrooms, feel free. These are pretty much done. So I'm going to move these to the back and then move the burger to the front, so I can focus on the burger and then the seasonings for it. So my mushrooms are done. Finish those. I'm going to move those to the back. And you can turn the heat off on those. I'm going to move my burger to the front. As you guys can see, it's still pretty frozen, which is normal. It's so thick. What I was telling you guys, I'm going to put that on medium heat, just because I know that the burger is still pretty much thawing out. And what I like to do is I like to season the top of my burger and kind of just let that seasoning sit on top of there. And then when I'm ready, I'll flip it. So I put some Mrs. Dash on there. And then this does pop when it cooks, so just be very, very careful. And put a little bit of pepper. And as you guys can see, I just let that seasoning just sit on top of there. So when that is cooking, it can like really soak through. And I'm going to let this burger cook on this side, medium heat, before I even flip it. If your burger gets a little bit brown on one side, that's perfectly fine. I actually prefer my burgers to be crispy and to be a little bit browner on the outside. So let that cook for 5 more minutes. And then we'll flip it. Okay, so the burger's on, it's cooking, and I think that she is ready to flip. So, before I flip the burger, I like to put Worcestershire sauce on top of it and then flip it. Let me show you guys how it looks. Oh my God, isn't she beautiful? Okay, so I'm going to put some sauce on top of it. And then I put the sauce on, then I flip it. I don't know what it is, but when this sauce gets crispy or it starts frying, it makes it taste so good. And I'm going to flip it and be very careful, it is hot. And then you guys can see that ring of brown. Oh, see, I like that. Because that, to me, is flavor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to season the other side of my burger. And I'm going to let that cook again on medium heat for another 5 more minutes. We will put some more Worcestershire sauce on there. That, it should be done. But I can tell when my burgers are done because if it starts to like bleed or even if you poke it and see how it feels. I like mine a little pink in the middle. Not, you know, not too pink, not too well done. Like your burgers well done, the longer the better. But if you don't like pink and if it disgusts you, well done is the way to go for you. So as you can see, that bad boy right there, boys. That bad boy right there. So what we're going to do while that is cooking, it's almost done. We're going to get our bread and we're going to put it in the air fryer. I like to put my bun in the air fryer for like, probably like 2 minutes. And what that does is it makes it where your burger does not sog the bread. This is one of those steps that probably is not necessary, but I am very serious about my food. So, if you do not have an air fryer and if you don't have an air fryer, you have got to get one. They are amazing, especially for last minute meals, for quick things. The air fryer and the rice cooker are essentials that every home cook needs. Period, point blank. We're done. We're not arguing about it. Okay, I'm going to toast this bread and I'm going to see you guys in a second. Hey, I said I'll see y'all in a second. I'm not done. I said a second. Okay, so my burger is done. I'm going to put some mayonnaise on my bun. Not a lot of mayonnaise, just a little bit. And then the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to build our burger. I like to do that in the pan just so that it's not messy. So we're going to grab our tongs. And then we're going to take our mushrooms. And we're going to gently and nicely put them on top of our burger. And then we're going to add our cheese to the burger. Put that back on the heat and let the cheese melt. We got our Swiss cheese over here. Back on the heat, let it melt. And there we have it, folks. Our burger is done. And then we're gonna gently slide that on there. Top that with a little bit of barbecue sauce. Ugh. If you were to add an onion ring, they call this a Western burger. Put a little bit of barbecue sauce on there, just a little bit. Then we're gonna add our top bun on there. My daughter painted my nails. And there we have it, folks. The SHAQ Burger Special. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button, to the subscribe button, and share my content. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Thanks for watching.